Hi everyone and welcome back to some more Civilization 6. So, now that we mostly conquered Australia, things should get a little bit smoother. I was thinking we should maybe consider getting an encampment in Canberra. Because with an encampment we could get a stable and then try to build a Terracotta Army. It's still available, but it requires a stable. And it has to be adjacent to an encampment. So we could grab one right here. It's not a terrible idea. Yeah, let's get one. Because I think we'll end up fighting Alexander sooner or later. If he doesn't declare war on us, I will declare war on him. Because he's not actually doing that great in terms of science. He's behind us in science output. And he only has 26 techs. We got 22. So he should be a fairly easy target. We'll see about that. For now, we got some other priorities. So first of all, we need a few more builders. And we need to get our actual unique improvement in a few places. I would like to get one right here in the desert to help with the next district. I do have a builder queued up after the workshop in our capital. Speaking of builders, we got one over here. Let's have a look. We could actually get our improvement on the desert here. Alright. Sounds good. Shipbuilding is almost done. And what about this guy? He has one more build available. We could remove the forest to speed up the encampment. Not a bad plan. As an alternative, we could get a farm. I assume we're working that tile. We are working that tile. Yeah, let's actually get a farm on the wheat. We can always chop that forest at some point in the future. Now, this guy. We got quite a few builders, actually. A few lumber mills wouldn't hurt. So that's what we can do. Especially since we already have machinery. And now... Right, I would still like to settle that island over there. So... we should be able to embark on the next turn. We'll just go settle that island. It's too good to ignore. What do you want? Oh, she's impressed apparently, alright. I guess that was her hidden agenda. We lost the scout, that's fine.
Any condition which would cause a ship to founder.
I was going to disband him anyway.
Shipbuilding has gone beyond that.
Alright, let's embark. And we'll go settle the island. So. First, let's grab that farm. And we'll also get our unique improvement. We finished the workshop in our capital. Looking good. And what's our next research going to be? We could go for gunpowder. Actually, let's get military tactics first. To unlock pikemen. Definitely a good idea. And we should build an armory. It might be faster to build it in Canberra, especially if we remove that forest to speed things up. And we can certainly do that, we still have enough workers around here. As for our next district, yeah, I'm thinking Campos next to that mountain. We'll have to catch up with Arabia, so Campos it is then. Might as well take advantage of that mountain. We got 400 gold. That will come in handy for some unit upgrades. And right, let's keep moving. This will be such a nice city. Anyway, anything else going on? Right, we can get the Nubian pyramid. So that's going to be it. And what else? That's pretty much it, I guess. Now, I don't think I'll be waiting to build 2 temples. We could, but that will take way too long. And it's not worth waiting that long just to save 3 turns. And I want to unlock monarchy as soon as possible. Alright, Hattusa, that's more science. And we need 2 more envoys in there to become the suzerain. Alright, where can we disembark? We have to go through here from the looks of it. Alright. Fine by me. Not quite sure which exact tile we are going to settle, but we got a few turns to decide.
Tactics mean doing what you can.
And we got military tactics. How expensive is this upgrade? 85. Right, we do have professional army active, right? Yes, we do. So I suppose this is the best moment to start upgrading. Let's get that done. 65 for the trebuchet. 90 to get a pikeman. And another archer. These are going to be very good crossbowmen units. With 2 attacks per turn. That's going to be amazing. Alright, that leaves us with 80 gold. That will do. 1 more guy over here. We need 5 more gold. So, next turn. We can't get some mines, especially since we got Petra in Canberra. Alright. And what do we want next? We can't get started on castles, because we will be getting a government with 6 policy slots. Literally on the next turn. So that will boost castles. Sounds good to me? One more turn to finish a builder in our capital. And then I got a settler queued up. I actually have one idea down here. To get an aqueduct. We could harvest one of the stone tiles. To boost production on something important. And then get an aqueduct on that tile. It's not a bad idea. We can't build any wonder in here, unfortunately. No suitable locations. If we could, I would harvest the stone to boost a wonder construction. But alas, we can't do that.
Strange women.
Anyway, there's the builder, so first we'll get a Nubian pyramid.
For a system of government. You can't expect to wield supreme
We can
power
get one
just
more
'cause some watery
promotion
tar
or
for swording.
upgrade. And now we can replace professional army with something else. So let's do exactly that, shall we? Oh yeah, first, monarchy, obviously. That gives us plus 50% production towards defensive buildings, and plus 1 housing for each level of wall, and bonus influence points. Alright, and that gives us castles boost. Now, we don't need professional army anymore. I think I'll pick up inspiration again. Maybe, hold on, I think we are keeping meritocracy. What else can we pick up? Good question. We could always just grab urban planning. Can't go wrong with a little bit of extra production, even if it's not a whole lot. Natural philosophy won't give us a whole lot of extra science, but it's always an option. It would only be like a few extra points. And that's it. Still, that might not be a bad idea. It's always a little bit of science. Now, 2 more military policies. I'm thinking +1 amenity for cities with a garrison unit, because that's just too good to ignore. And then what? Plus 100% production towards defensive buildings. Okay. Well, we could go for veterancy, especially since we are finishing an encampment in Canberra, and then we'll want a stable in there ASAP. Sounds good, let's do that then. Looks fine? Yep, looks fine, accept. What about the next civic? Maybe guilds? Do we have a second commercial hub? No, we do not. We should probably build one. We could grab medieval first. I will not be waiting to get 4 trade routes, so let's just straight up research medieval first. And what's next? Don't need an aqueduct in here. We are at 6 out of 11. Let's just continue that trebuchet. Alright, what are you going to do? Probably get a mine or 2. We can also remove the forest here. That's a hill, so we want a mine over there anyway. Alright. So, do we actually want this settler? I'm not entirely convinced. I mean, we can still settle this location over here. I think we'll do it. Now, what about the trade route? We could trade with Sydney. I don't think we'll be going to war with Australia anymore. We'll be going to war with Alex, that's the current plan. So I definitely want to be trading with him. We could trade with Sydney. Maybe send it from a different city? From Canberra. Alright, off you go then. We are almost there. Oh, there's some land to the north. Probably some island. Oh, did he declare war? No. He just doesn't like us because we're not at war. Hey, we will be at war soon enough. With you. I'm just saying. Okay. So let's remove that forest. And encampment is almost done. And we'll send the trade route to Sydney. Or we can send it to the city-state. But the problem is that it will go through Alexander's territory. Well, actually, it kind of won't. You know what? Let's send it to Vilnius. That's a very nice trade route right there. Sounds good. Now, I would like to get a few more melee units. Not just the spikemen. And we need a few more garrison units. So, we'll see about that. Disembark. Two turns to get castles. Alright, lumber mill. And another mine. We could get a pyramid for Canberra. It's not a terrible idea. I suppose we should. Fine, we'll get one. So, let's prepare for war. The closest city shouldn't be too hard to take. It has an encampment, but it's on the other side. so we don't really have to care about it all that much. Or in this case, at all. Next we need a stable. That will only take 3 turns. And then we can try to build the Terracotta Army. That will be a very nice wonder for us. Remove the forest, that will give us 83 production. And it will speed up the trebuchet. Now, a few more builds. Lumber mill. And maybe a mine to improve production. And another lumber mill. And Nubian pyramid. There we go. That saved us some construction time. Now, where should this city be? Here? How about right here on the tile we're standing on? Well, the pearls to the west will be in range. The one to the south will be in range. The one to the east will be in range. The crab will be in range. I think this might actually be the best location. If the horses weren't here, this would likely be the best one, but I'm not going to settle on top of horses. Let's just settle right here then. This looks good enough. Yeah, I like it. Let's settle right here. And what are we going to start with? Good question. Maybe industrial zone? We could bring a builder to chop the jungles to speed it up. I think that might be best. Is all of this terrain hills except the horses? Yeah, looks like these are all hills, except one tile on the east side. So that means the industrial zone will have to be on top of a hill. Which is fine, it will have 2 mines next to it eventually. Which means it's going to get +2 bonus. Fine. Let's start building it. We'll just bring a builder. Like this guy, for example. Yeah, we can just send that guy. He's the closest builder to here. Oh yeah. Arabia. How much gold would he give us? Not that much. But we should probably trade with him. How much flat gold can we get? Yeah, not a whole lot. 80. 85. Alright, fine. We'll go for that trade. Even though it's not so good.
If you see a castle under fog,
Castle's research is done.
to meet the
So now we have access to longswordsmen. As well as better walls. Which with monarchy will give us more housing. And next up, education. We should be able to get a great scientist actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, we will get the next one. But that will take a while. Triggers Eureka for computers and 1 random technology from the modern era. Okay. It's not the best great scientist of all times. Question is, do we want to wait that long? I don't think we want to wait that long. We should probably just straight up research education. To get universities ASAP. And then we can get mass production. Also, we still need that armory, but we're working on it. 2 turns to finish stable, and then we'll build armory. And we can speed up the armory by removing that forest to the northeast. In fact, let's set up for that. We also still need the pearls over here. But I would have to pay quite a lot to get them right now. So, what about you? We need some more farms to make the city grow faster. That should help. Another lumber mill. And next. Arabia is doing quite well. Look at Scythia's military strength. That's quite a lot. Our army is stronger than Alexander's, which means we probably shouldn't be waiting too long. Yeah, I think we should consider going to war very, very soon. I will wait for the trebuchet. And then maybe one more melee unit. Because really, we only have one pikeman and that's it. That's the only melee unit we have. Not counting the galley. So, another farm. And then maybe a mine. Sounds reasonable. Nice settler, Australia. What do you plan to do with it? So next up, armory. Only 6 turns. Well, I think I'm still going to chop the forest, though. It will speed it up. Okay, sounds good. The only problem with attacking the city are these mountains. It's going to be a little bit annoying sieging it, but it shouldn't be too hard. I'll have to leave some of these cities without a garrison, at least temporarily. But we don't seem to have any amenity problems right now, so it shouldn't be a big deal. There's the trebuchet, and now we need some melee unit. Unfortunately, we do not have iron, which means it will have to be pikemen. We will get horses, but we have to wait quite a few turns for that. Yeah, a little bit too long, I think. So that will have to be a pikeman. I don't think we have much of a choice. Yeah, we don't have a choice. It has to be a pikeman. Pikeman it is then. With 2 attacks per turn on the crossbowman, I'm not too worried. But it might still be a little bit annoying with these mountains blocking the way. So, one more build. 4 out of 6 housing. Let's get one more farm, actually. Here, that's 6.5 housing. I'm going to move into proper positions before declaring war. Obviously. Alright, next. I still plan to settle right here. I want that marble. That's why I'm continuing the settler in the capital. Here's another builder. We can get another lumber mill. And the granary is next. Fine by me. So, looks good. Let's chop that forest. And only one more turn to finish the armory. Nice. Alright then. I think we do have amenity problems in one city. No, doesn't look like it. Seems fine so far. 10 turns to get the pikemen. That's a little bit too long, I will not be waiting that long. We'll just declare war once we get into proper positions. So I want the strongest crossbowmen in range of the city. Which means right here and here. That's the general idea. It would be way easier without the mountains in the way. Hopefully he won't have too many defenses. This city is a little bit isolated from his core territory, so that's kind of what I'm counting on. That he won't be able to send too many reinforcements too quickly. Right, so now we can try to build the Terracotta Army. Right here. It will remove the forest, but that's okay. 13 turns. This would give all our current units a promotion level. And also it will allow our archaeologists to enter foreign lands without open borders in the future. Let's go for it. It's only 13 turns. We should be able to get it. As for our next research, as in next civic, let's have a look. Exploration. Or guilds. Well, we can do a few turns of guilds and then switch to something else. Do we actually have the time to build a commercial hub somewhere? I don't know about that. We could get one in our capital. This would be a decent tile for it. Alright, let's get one in our capital. But we might as well do a few turns of research in guilds. Because we'll have to do that anyway. Alright then. Yeah, I really don't want to wait too long. We can embark actually, and then disembark. But disembarking right here would be a very poor idea. Let's maybe not do that. Yeah, let's definitely not do that. That is a terrible, terrible idea. Well, I think we're almost ready. 2 more builds. Do we want to buy any tiles? We could buy the cattle. Yep, let's maybe do that. Oh, and do we want to change any policies? What did we unlock again? I missed that. Oh yeah, Medina Quarter, we don't want that. Okay, we don't want any of these. Alright, never mind. Hey, Alexander, we got a surprise for you. There's education. So next up, gunpowder. Especially since we do actually have niter, amazingly enough. So we will be able to get musketmen. 185 gold, okay, that's a little bit too much. I'm not quite willing to spend that much gold to buy one tile, which we'll get anyway. Now, I guess we could just declare war right away. We got 8 turns on the pikemen. We can declare war, then move in with the pikemen like this. Move in with 1 crossbowman. This guy only has 1 promotion, so even if he dies, that's not the end of the world. And the level 4 guy will go here. That seems reasonable. However, we're at half-hour mark, so I'm going to make a cut here and continue in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.